Mary Pat Hancock serves as the chair of the Genesee County Legislature. Mary Pat, thanks for joining us here in Albany.
It's my pleasure.
This was the inauguration of the Blue Ribbon Task Force on the future of New York farming. It is a very complicated industry, agriculture.
It's simple and it's complicated. We all have a simple need for its success. We all eat and drink. We all want to be healthy. And recently we've been very aware of the fact that we really would like more control over what we put in our bodies. And so consequently, the global market, although, absolutely established, it's wonderful to have locally grown, produced food and drink that we have control over. We have that in New York State. If we're careful, we can preserve it.
Well, let's talk about New York State. In the room today, we had over 20 New York counties represented.
Right.
There was a lot of diversity both in the regions of the state, but also diversity in the industry that these are working farmers that came to this meeting here today. Talk a little bit about the diversity of the issues that are out there.
Well, and the fact that they were committed enough to be here and travel over the state to come. That meant that they had babies at home that they had to have babysitters for, whether they were 50 cows or 150. They were necessary at those farms, and they thought it was more important to come, get that taken care of, and get their message across. Whether there be, whether they raise grapes for wine, whether they're in poultry, in their dairy is in such trouble right now, whether they are raising produce, truck farming, inside or outside, all of them have that consistent need to have employment, to hire who they need at the time that they need it. They have to have a market, and they have to have reasonable regulations that don't hold their hands. They're no longer they are very sophisticated and educated people. Most of them have master's degrees. Many of them have Cornell graduates. In our county of Genesee, the Brain Trust is in the farm agricultural area. So consequently, they know how to farm, but let's let them.
Capture, if you will, briefly, the spirit and the outcome of the Blue Ribbon Task Force. What was it like during this day here in Albany?
Well, everybody came, I think, with their own individual passion. The thing that they wanted, we were all united in terms of the legislation now about the employees and so forth, and the labor bill that is a threat to, and it's called the Farm Death Bill for every good reason. So hopefully we were united with that, but then broke into other groups too about environmental issues that are very consuming. They broke into health issues about the nutrition value and what we can do about raising truck farming and encouraging farming in even the urban areas, in areas of inner city that will make real farming and growing things for everyone. And then the life and the productivity of farm as it goes on. How can we keep farmers in their businesses? In our area, we have farms that have been in 12 generations of farmer in Genesee County. This is a treasure. So consequently, if, for instance, the legislation does not get adjusted, if we pay no attention to this industry, it will be gone and it won't come back. If a small shoe business goes out of business, there'll be another one. If a farm goes out of business and it gets scooped up by industry, paved over, you're gone. It's gone, and that's a treasure that we've lost. And where will our food come from there? We don't want to lose control of that.
Mary Pat Hancock, the chair of the Genesee County Legislature, an area rich in farming. Thank you very much.